Hey, you're welcome.
Wow, that was nice.
Cheers.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yvonne Cote. As promised, I have Shawn Santalucia here from Simcoe, Ontario, and he's going to tell us who he is. And my first question to you is, who are you? When I first met you, I said, that's not possible that he's just doing that right there. So I have to go talk to him. And I did. Who are you?
Well, I'm Shawn. I'm a busker. Primarily the thing that I love doing. I love playing on stage as well, but busking is way more, there's just more freedom. And it's become back in the day when I was on the streets and stuff, it was kind of a necessity. It was a way to facilitate your, first of all, whatever hedonistic habits you were indulging in at the time, but, you could also feed yourself. You could also, it was a good way, and if you're good at it, you can make some pretty good money at it. But then, everybody grows up, and I became a, actual person, and it is by far, especially if you get a lucrative spot, it is by far the least stressful way to make enough money on a day to survive. You can actually set yourself up pretty well if you know how to manage your money. I don't, never have, but I'm capable of supporting myself fairly well during the nice weather by doing it. That being said, I've recorded lots of stuff, and I still like to play gigs. I'm a musician, basically. But, I guess deep down, the farthest down in my heart you could go, and my true nature would be standing on the sidewalk screaming my head off. And every once in a while somebody throws money at me.
But you sound good, though. That's why I approached you.
Thank you. That's why I do it.
It's because you sound good.
It makes no sense to do it, and you won't make any money doing it if you don't make people happy while you're doing it. This is the thing. People have to enjoy it. Otherwise, you're just loitering, So.
And I'm very glad that I have met you. I'm very
nice
glad to
you
do this together. And my next question for you is, how did you get into music? I mean, because you've talked about Sony with the label.
Oh yeah. The Sony offer was like
that came really close, didn't it?
Well, no, not really.
No.
I'm not in this for the money. Like I say, I have no respect for money. I believe it's probably the worst thing since religion that happened to mankind.
We got to go back to nice stones.
Well, I mean, or barter or something. But what we have now, this capitalistic thing is not working. But it's the problem with it is that the people's perception of money is deified all their lives. They're indoctrinated into debt. People think that people's kids are indoctrinated into the church. They are. But when you buy your kid something like a piggy bank and start teaching them how to save this and what interest is and blah, 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 at the same time that you're having him christened or what have you, you're indoctrinating that child into, and it's the commerce, it's the system that we have, and it's good to be educated about that. But the thing is, that shouldn't be the goal.
No,
and it's ruining lives. It's ruining everything because it is the goal. My goal, playing music, it was great, but it's quick money, and it's something that it's instant gratification both for the artist and the audience. So you can't really ply me with money to be an artist. So when Sony offered me the money, I just told them to F themselves and made the Toronto Star because of it.
What made you, or what brought you to approach each other about it?
Oh,
Did you go first, or did they approach you first?
We probably shopped it. My producer, Ian, probably shopped it to them. I know there was one of the guys that worked on the one album was like a tour manager or something, or a manager for Sony. And he was involved in a couple of projects that I worked on. He might have done it, I don't know, but eventually, all I know is that my producer contacted me, said, let's go meet with this entertainment lawyer dude and this rep from Sony, and we'll have lunch and down at the Bev, and we'll, go over this. And so they made the offer, but the contract was, completely one-sided to the record label, which they always are. And on spec, nobody just hands away, I think it was like 25 grand. The conditions were not favorable for me.
It's still 25 grand is not enough.
And it's an advance. It's not a grant. It's not a loan.
So you have to do your thing, or else you owe it.
It's on the contract, right? So they give you this, but they expect that they will make it back off of your product, which is what it is to them, and it's not to me. It's not for sale for any price. So you have an album with 13 tracks on it, so whatever 25 grand divided by 13 is, each individual track is worth that much money to these guys.
Ouch.
But they don't give a tinker's damn about what the stories are about, it is so impersonal.
You're a number now.
Well, this is the thing. And you are one of their assets. You're a commodity. And if you want to live your life like that, go ahead.
Yeah.
But personally, I would rather be broke and proud of the music that I write and not have to write schlock. Neil Young did it with a couple of albums. Fogerty did it when he was going through his record label crap. Prince did it when he changed his name. You have to retool and reset and put out schlock and bubblegum to appease a contract.
And it looks like there's, the way I hear it from many, it's like the appeasing, it doesn't stop, but there's no cushion for you to rearrange the contract at a certain time.
Oh, sure.
Like a year from now, we re-examine, and that's the part of labels that I find that has to change.
Well, one of them.
One of
the parts.
Yeah, many.
But no, I think that the offer from Sony was for 2-year contract, which means they expect at least 2 albums.
So you're never going to be home.
Of comparable material.
You'll never be home that way.
Back in those days, it didn't really matter. I was a punk rock, whatever. And if I turned that into a career, my significant other at the time would have respected that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be something that I do. I did go into it full time for a little while, and after having to get up at 10 in the morning and for session work and whatnot, I didn't touch my guitar for like 2 years. I was sick of it. I didn't want to play anymore.
Oh.
And that would have happened if I'd have signed that contract. Pretty soon, that advance is a dangling carrot,
It's
but
almost
pretty
like
soon they take the carrot away and you're still forced to walk the trail anyway.
It leaves a bad taste in your mouth, eh?
And why do that? There's so much that already does that in a day. Why do that to yourself?
Exactly. My other question is, where did you go with your music that hit the biggest impact, that you felt the energy, you felt the light? Anywhere.
Yeah, like everywhere. I've played, I think the biggest crowd I've played is like 15,000.
Wow.
I think. And and I've played for staff. And I've had moments around campfires and in upstairs apartments.
All of those.
Like there are, there are moments, like obviously the larger the crowd, the more energy you get back, and then it forces you to kind of up your game a little bit, or it doesn't force you to. It's organic. It happens. You get the energy from the audience, and even though you're already at the top of your meter, that puts you into an overdrive kind of thing. And there's dopamine release. It's an incredible rush to be able to entertain that many people.
And when I watch artists on stage or even around a fire, like you say, it's like a whole other thing takes over, the lighter part of you, not your dark side. It's your lighter part of you.
The music puts you, and like there's a whole controversy about the standard tuning that everybody uses now, being forced up to 440 because some king or Constantine or I don't know who the hell it was. Anyway, somebody they realized that the way that composers, the tuning that composers were using at the time was sonically so soothing and pleasing that it really did actually have a physical effect on the people that listened to it. So he ordered everything be written, tuned up a little bit in order to it creates dissonance. It's like a cognitive dissonance. So yeah, the music is still beautiful and you still like the tune, but it's really not capable of moving you to orgasm, which is like what this stuff used to be able to do, right? I've never really done the research on it. I've always been interested in it, but when you're when you play this kind of stuff, you kind of always have to be ready to jam with other musicians right away, and everybody plays an A440, so I stay standard tuning. But the vibrations, that's why instrumentals are so soothing, is it's straight physical stimulus, right? Without the lyrics, you don't even have to use your brain at all for anything. You don't have to comprehend anything. Everything is just absorbed sonically. It's waves.
Even myself sometimes in the car, I'm not disrespecting musicians at all, but there's a song there, and sometimes doesn't sound like that line should be there, but the line I'm putting in should be there.
Yeah, I do that too.
It just hits the mark when the way I say it for some reason. I'm not even a singer.
Yeah.
But that's the line that should go there. But and that's for absolutely everybody. Like even a word, I change words.
Mm-hmm, me too.
I add an S or something. It just sounds like it comes into me.
Yeah,
a lot better. And I'm just a car singer.
Right, but that's the thing though. If music moves you, it moves you, and there's very few people on the planet that it doesn't do something to. I've actually met people that can't listen to music. It angers them. It infuriates them. It's a neurological thing.
Certain things. There's certain genres I cannot listen to.
Oh yeah, no,
because
not just
my own kid, when she was growing up, she would play a certain genre, and I would say, you have to turn it off because it's making me angry, and I'm not an angry person. Right now. Turn it off. It's unfortunate. So it doesn't hit me the same. And like you said, like even punk.
Yeah.
You were into punk, you said?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some songs I couldn't even believe I liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a tongue-in-cheek element about it that when you push, I played in punk bands, so I'm familiar with it, and I'm comfortable in the style, and I also appreciate listening to it and being a part of that culture. But for a lot of people that's, like even classical musicians, they might not like the sound quality of the band, of course, because there's a lot of crappy instruments in punk music, but some of the more original stuff, like the Dayglow Abortions, for instance, Murray's lyrics are freaking hilarious. They're laugh out loud funny. They're just so incredibly funny, and sometimes politically bang on, that you can't not give him props. You can't not say, that's a great song. Like, it's a great song. It's 3 chords, and it's really fast, and there's swearing in it, but it's funnier than hell. And classically trained musicians will totally give credit where credit is due, which is weird, because you meet a lot of people in the punk scene, and a lot of people you don't realize, after the show, that dude is like a dental hygienist. These people are social workers. You have no idea what people do at 7 in the morning. you know.
Well,
So,
yeah.
and that's a beautiful way to release too, because it's aggressive. It's not violent. When you're in the right scene, it's not violent. The mosh pit is not violent. The bands aren't violent. It's like
My daughter loves those things.
oh yeah. I used to go into them.
You were talking even earlier today. We're talking about the people that you knew. So then I asked you if you knew anyone from Teenage Head. You said,
Oh yeah, Frankie Venom and I were buddies back in the day before he passed, many years ago. When I was living in Kensington Market, we drank together a few times.
Nice.
Yeah,
That was
no,
a good giggle.
he was quite the dude. And in his later years, when he came around, he was still capable of fronting too, which was really, really cool.
Well, now they have Dave Rave,
Yeah.
who's the lead singer, and he was in their band too. I think he was bass.
Yeah, he's been around for decades.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's still
The
going.
whole band's pretty cool.
Shake It Up.
Yeah.
He's into it. And actually, he's playing today.
Oh, nice.
In Hamilton now. They're doing an interview with him
Oh, cool.
right now.
Well, say
So-
hi, Dave. Hi, Dave.
Yeah. he's Canuck Tunes is doing him and his band right now.
Nice.
So we're coinciding here.
Cool.
That's very cool. Who else have you known? Have you known any Helix? Have you known any?
I worked
you
with
ran-
Helix many years ago.
Oh,
many,
yeah?
many years ago in Kitchener.
Brian Vollmer.
No, it was Fritz. Was like
Fritz, the drummer.
the dude that I dealt with the most. It was so long ago, and I was so young. Probably actually incapable of forging any lasting relationships back then. But yeah, I had fun in Kitchener. With Helix.
You're not going to believe this, okay? From Helix, and I have a feeling it is Fritz. I could be wrong, but it is Fritz. My husband works for the board, the English board,
Mhm.
school board.
Yeah.
He hired my husband.
Oh, nice. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. You don't know what a person. They might play drums for Helix, but then they might be the
Their
head of the
daytime job
school
is-
board. You don't know. You don't know. One guy might be driving the ambulance, and you're just bad mouthing his band, and there's a stoplight up ahead. Or,
Yeah. You
I got to
sure
go to
would-
Tim Hortons. Or,
Yeah, you sure you want to go to the hospital?
Come down to the studio. I'll play you some new stuff I'm working on.
Yeah,
Ain't dead
Brian-
yet.
I did an interview with Brian Vollmer a long time ago. I got to
Yeah,
find
yeah.
my tape. I'm going to find my tape. And he helped me when I first started my project. He helped me he tipped me how to move forward
Right, yeah.
slowly. I had to do it slowly. Another question for you. I was looking at your availability if there's other bands. Like you need downtime right now, which you're doing.
Well, yeah.
But when you think you're ready to again, I will do another interview with Shawn, and we will fire you up, and then you can start doing shows again if you want.
Oh, yeah,
with
no, I
other
mean-
bands. There's a lot of bands out there looking for a partner, to go on stage.
Yeah.
Like right now, there is one, and then and out of Hamilton, but you're
my problem
professional
is,
in the end.
I'm stuck in Simcoe, and honestly, I'm resetting. I've reset again, and I'm starting over. And if I'm going to ever have a ground zero, then I have to just concentrate on my immediate, environment. So, that being said, I don't know that there are a whole lot of places in Simcoe that I'm a fit for musically, like a solo dude that is folk punk, anti-folk kind of stuff. But I know Dover has places. I know that the surrounding area has got some, and I know in the summertime it's a lot better. But if there are any gigs to be had in Simcoe, I would be totally down to play
Well, I
them with
can
any
look-
band that wants to have me open for them or what have you.
Well, there's my job. I'll look for that for you.
Well, thank you.
I
That would be
can
awesome.
until while
It's
you're
not
downtown.
a job; it's an adventure.
Yeah, it is. And while you're on your downtime, I'll put it together for you.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, I have a show, a live show, either pre-recorded or live with Canuck Tunes in Hamilton on April April? Is that what I said?
You did say April a few times.
April.
That doesn't make it true. It just means that you said it.
Yeah, I do have it. The 5th, Saturday the 5th. It is to raise money for Canuck Tunes.
Nice.
Even if I'm on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But I am talking about why I'm doing these. The Fly project is something for me. I manage bands. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But what I am doing is I'm trying to create a hub for everyone to join in for free.
Nice.
As much as possible.
It should be as much as possible.
If you need more of my time, then it becomes a cost.
Sure. It's the same as anything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm giving a free part, and then the rest, it has to go that way because how am I supposed to expose myself to help you expose yourself?
No, exactly.
And this is one of my offices. I'm going to be using libraries and schools and only classrooms that are music classrooms. And I know I'll be able to.
Yeah.
So, and then there's libraries are my biggest hit because they offer to the public.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Just let me check my questions. Do you have a favorite song of yours?
Of mine?
Yeah. This one you're going to play for me?
Well, no, it's not going to be my favorite song. I don't really. That's like asking a parent if they have a favorite child.
And they have 12.
The favorite one at the moment of mine is the instrumental that I wrote for my girlfriend that I played for you before. But okay, let's see. This is one of my favorite ones to play that I wrote. It's called "Everybody Needs It," and I'll try it sitting.
You can stand.
No, we'll have to move
fix
everything. It'll be fine. We'll try this. I'm going to keep screwing it up as I'm sitting, but...
You can stand, though.
Yeah, let me try standing.
Okay.
Really quick.
Watch
Just
your,
move that.
your water there.
It's closed. It'll be
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
So I'll let you back up a wee bit.
Oh, no.
Like that now.
Okay.
This should be better.
There we go.
Looking to the future, looking through the windows of all the open doorways in my life. Looking for the answer, looking for the insert, looking for the truth behind the reason to the right. Standing at the top of the stairs, looking up somewhere. All I really need is a little. All I really need is a little. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs a little time. Everybody needs it. Everybody's been trying to get here. Everybody needs a little. Everybody needs a little time. Little vacation, some longer than others, and maybe we'll be cleaning up our act. Right at at the moment, nothing's any better. You gotta stop ignoring all the facts. Waiting for the moment when you realize it's true. All I really needs a little. All I really needs a little. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs a little time. Everybody needs it. Everybody's been trying to get there. Everybody needs a little. All
That's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much.
I love it. So we'll end this interview with a thank you very much, Shawn.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I thank you guys for hearing Shawn out today.
And thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. I'll be sending this to Canuck Tunes Radio.
Cool. Can you send me a copy of it somehow?
I can.
I don't know
I can actually.
what format or whatever.
I link.
Okay, cool. But
I copy
hopefully
link.
It works.
Okay, well, you can let me know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And you can also go on to Canuck Tunes, and she'll have it up on her
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, I'll get that on in my bookmarks for sure.
Okay. So, then bye. Thank you very much.
See ya.
Where are you? She can fix this, so.
Yeah, in post.